Good evening, everyone. My name is Vernisha Jones, and I am the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And we believe that we are the solution to the violence in our community. Our theme is Nothing With Us, Without Us. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is sponsored by Fathers Who Care, which is a nonprofit organization located on the west side of Chicago within the West Garfield Park community. We invite people from all over, especially our young people, to come in and see what we are all about. Our show will be scheduled every Thursday at 7 p.m. Again, that is every Thursday at 7 p.m. Our show can also be viewed online at www.cantv.org/live. Again, that is www.cantv.org/live. Well, tonight we're continuing an important conversation around family unity, youth engagement, and how our communities work better when we are together. Tonight's guest is someone who's not new to the show, Miss Gloria Jones, but we also have someone that hasn't been on the show. So give him a warm welcome. We want to make him feel comfortable. He's a young individual, a part of our youth council, so we want to make him feel comfortable and let him know that he has a voice to be able to speak. So, Gloria is known as a community advocate, and she's someone that shows up daily for families, youth, and the community in ways that's often gone unseen, but matter deeply. And also Kardeom Jones, okay? I also want to share that the state representative, Camille Lilly, was originally scheduled to join us this evening. Due to an unexpected situation, she wasn't able to make it tonight, but she will be joining us at a later date, and we look forward to that conversation with her. So tonight we're going to dig into some real talk. What family unity looks like today, why parents and youth engagement matters, and how community partnerships play a role in all of it. So I thank you guys for being here today, and y'all ready to get into this little conversation. Okay, so the first question I'm going to start off by asking you guys is, for people who may not know you beyond being Miss Gloria Jones and you beyond being Kardeom Jones, can you let them know who you are? And yeah, we can start that off. Who is Gloria? Who is Kardeom? Whoever want to go first.
Gloria. I'm Gloria Jones. I don't want to say the same thing, but I'm Gloria Jones, and I'm a Christian woman. I'm a woman that loves the Lord. I'm a wife. I'm a mother, a sister, aunt. I play a lot of roles.
Okay.
And I'm someone that just love being a part of Fathers Who Care. Okay.
Okay.
I'm Kardeom Jones, and yeah.
It's okay. We got to make sure we keep our youth uplifted to let them know that they have a voice to speak and let them feel comfortable.
I'm
You're a little
Kardeom
nervous.
Jones, and I'm a person that come from Shell Clark that like to play sports a lot and want to be a person that lead the road as an NFL player and let my aunts and grandmas watch me when I get in the NFL so I can pay off these stuff that they always wanted.
Yeah, because what you tell me you was buying me when you grow up.
House.
Okay, well.
Okay, I love it. And he's also a freshman in high school. So give it up, and I really congratulate you for the football that you're doing. You're also doing amazing in school. So I want you to know that nothing you do goes unnoticed, okay? So the next question I have is, when we talk about family unity, which is what the conversation is going to be based about tonight, what does it mean to you in real life? What does family unity mean?
To me, family unity is togetherness. Family, coming together, spending time together, and loving that quality time. That unity is very important because, when I was coming up as a little girl, that was like really big. It's not as big as it was back in the day, back when I was coming up as a little kid. As a little kid, when I was coming up, we really valued family time. Holidays, Christmas, you name it. We valued coming together as a family, and we loved it. It's not as deep to me as it was back then. I wish it was, but Yeah, family,
And I feel like
unity
it
is
was them
very
certain
important to me.
people in the family that did it. Because, like with us, it
Right.
was Auntie Rose. She had that house, and when she moved, it was like everybody just parted their
Start
ways.
scattering
And,
people,
yeah.
children get older and everybody starts scattering. And then it makes you feel like you want that back, but, you don't know if you ever get that back.
Okay.
To me, I feel like family union is like something that's really good because I get to see my other part of family that I don't really talk to, and cousins, and play with them, and get to know them a little bit more because you never know. Yeah.
That's good. So, the next question I have for you guys is actually, this is just for you, Miss Jones. We're going to get a little personal. Some of the questions is just going to be for Miss Jones only so we could get different aspects for different questions. So, the next question I have is, from what you've seen working closely with families, what are some of the biggest challenges families are facing right now?
Some of the biggest challenges, financial,
Okay.
housing, um, being able to feed, the children. Um, and one of the big challenges is, because of how high and how expensive things are and living is right now, if you like a one person household where you're the only one taking care of it, a lot of times you got to work 2 and 3 jobs
Just
just
to
to make
maintain,
ends
yeah.
meet. Rent is so high, everything is so high, and those are some of the challenges that I believe that a lot of people are going through now, just trying to keep a roof over their head. And if you're doing it by yourself, you really almost have to work 2 and 3 jobs just to make ends meet, because it's really hard out here. It's really hard.
No, seriously, and it's a blessing if you're able to do it alone, and just to know that you're not alone. I know when I talk to a lot of people be needing help with stuff and just don't know where to go. If you need help with anything in regards to food, housing, if possible, you could reach out to any of your local community-based organizations. They should know if they not the people that offer that type of services, they should know people that offer them type of services. So as far as us, Fathers Who Care, we're one of the organizations that you could reach out to. If we don't offer it, we're able to reach out to people that offer it.
Yeah.
And you can contact us at 773-287-5821. Again, the number is 773-287-5821, because I get that question a lot where people are asking about the different things, and it's a lot of stuff that's available for our community. It's just people don't know about it. So if you are looking for things in that nature, no matter what it is, you never know what's out here. Please reach out to your local organization that's in the area, and you will be surprised on what you find. So, then you have anything else to say?
I'm just listening to you, because that's one of the problems. People don't know that they can reach out, just like with bills. People have a hard time paying their bills, keeping their lights running, and this, that, and other. And I just feel like maybe some kind of way the different organizations, the schools and stuff, when they're open, different organizations can drop off flyers, different things to let families that pop in know that if you're having a problem with this, that, or the other, give us a call or something like that, because a lot of people don't know how to reach out to the different resources to get the help that they need. That's one of the problems.
No, but it's all about who's watching us. So yes, that's something that I can know about, where it's like I can take flyers to different places, but at the same time, if we got people that's watching us that's families, they just have to, just Google search. Everything is on Google. You could Google search organizations in the area that offer this, or organizations in the area in general. And like I said, you never know if you contact us and we're able to give you somebody that's out south that offer what you need. So if you're watching this, I don't know if it's a family or it's this organization, that's a good idea. If you have anybody out there that is a part of an organization, that's actually smart to start putting flyers inside of schools and actually stating what you're offering, and making it like an issue versus just putting the flyers and people don't really know what's going on. Putting flyers that's actually stating what's going on and what you can help people with, so it can be clear, so people know what they're, they got a reason to pick it up. So the next question I have is for you guys both. Why do you believe parent engagement is so important in a child or a young person's development? So I want you to answer as far as why do you feel parent engagement is important? And I also want you to answer because I want people to see the different opinions. How old are you?
14.
So I want you to answer as a 14-year-old, and I want you to answer as a more mature woman.
Okay. State the question.
Question again. Why do you believe parent engagement is so important in a child's development?
I think parent engagement is important because it helps the child. Because a lot of times our children, that don't have that parent involvement, those are a lot of times the children that's running wild, because they're not getting that love at home. They don't have a desire to want to, a lot of them, you have a lot of students that drop out of school because nobody's paying attention to them. So they're not having that parent involvement. So that makes a difference when you play a big role in your child's life or just in any child's life, because a lot of kids, it don't even have to be their parent. I work in a school and I know that a lot of students
You can make a difference
come
in
up to
child
you
life.
and they just want somebody to tell them they love them or that they care about him. It's that involvement that you give to children to let them know that they're important, and it means a lot. It means a lot when you know that people care about you, whether it's your parents or just people on the outside, because, when you put it all together, we're all family.
Yeah.
We have to help
definitely agree with
raise sometimes other children that's not ours. And, whatever role you play, trust me, you're going to get blessed for it.
I definitely agree with that. I feel the same way because it's nothing like feeling like you're appreciated. It's nothing like feeling like somebody is paying attention to what you're doing, because sometimes that's all a person need is to know that somebody is paying attention to the positive that you're doing versus it being like, I'm just doing it for nothing. What about you, Kardeom? What you feel like? Why do you believe parent engagement is important in your development?
I feel like it's important because if you don't have the love and the protect and kids as just when my grandma said, drop out of school and don't care about anything and don't want to do nothing in life, and probably want to do something to themselves because they feel like they don't have the right person to talk to or just don't have that type of love.
That was a strong one, speaking on suicide, basically. That's a strong thing that I feel like we need to focus more on when it comes to our young people, as far as it being where you probably think a person is the strongest person in the room, and sometimes that's the person that needs the most love.
Right.
So that's to hear you speak on that as a young person, that's something that needs to be looked at, as far as it being young people being seen and not feeling like they need to be here anymore, and we don't need our young people feeling that way. So I feel like I really like that answer. I really.
And can I piggyback on that? You had a guest just recently, and just speaking on the parent involvement and speaking on the schools and this, that, and other. And one of the things that the young man said when he was on the show was that's the reason why schools need more counselors.
That's my favorite line.
For
yes.
the children to talk to, because you would be surprised if they had more counselors in the school.
Then more security guards.
More instead of all these extra security guards, then these children would have someone that they could talk to, because you got a lot of children, and one counselor cannot take care of an entire school. I don't care what you think say. About it. You need more counselors in those schools, because those children, a lot of those children need someone that they can reach out to, that can hear them. And it makes a difference. Just thinking about what I heard that gentleman say.
And just speaking on that, for people that may not know, we had a guest on the show a couple of weeks back, and the conversation was about in schools. And I basically made a statement to him saying something about teachers, like teachers need to do more. And his thing, he came back with a strong response where he felt like schools are hiring way too many security guards and not hiring enough counselors in schools that's able to actually know what these is going on. You hire, it's like you hiring a police person, and somebody to discipline, but nobody to actually figure out what's going on in these kids' life and what these kids actually need. So I feel like that's something that needs to get to the board, or something where it needs to be more counselors in schools versus it being 1,000 security guards, just as if it's a prison versus it being a place for kids to learn. So the next question I have is, in your experience, what happens when parents feel disconnected or unsupported, and how does that affect youth? This just for you.
What's the question?
In your experience, what happens with when parents feel disconnected or unsupported, and how does that? How do you feel like that affect the youth?
When parents feel disconnected.
When you feel disconnected and you feel like you're not supported, how do you feel like that affects you and your child?
When I feel disconnected, I think it affects a parent. Well, it affects the parent and the child in different ways. When it comes to when I'm feeling disconnected, I think it affects the child because then the child feels
Get the
like
lust of you.
I don't have nobody to talk to. Because if you're going through and you feeling stressed out and disconnected and whatever you're going through, whether it's the bills that's overloading you or whatever, a lot of times the child, we don't realize, but the child be on the side feeling like either I did something wrong, what can I do to help? And a lot of times, and that's what pushes a lot of children when they get older out in the streets. Because they feel like, my mom going through this and I need to be able to help her
yeah.
and I need to go and do this and so a lot of times when parents are feeling disconnected and whatnot, the same way with the children. We need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
We need some counseling. We need somebody that can talk to us and help us get through what we're going through, because a lot of times what we're going through affects the children and we don't think about that. What we go through affects the children, and a lot of times the children don't know how to come back and talk to you and mom what's going on and this, that, and other. So they find other ways to get the attention they need, and a lot of times that's when your children start scattering because they feel like you so disconnected, I can't talk to you, so I got to go and find somebody else, and then you end up talking to the wrong person, because like you said, if we had more counselors and whatnot in the schools, the children would have more people to talk to, because I just feel like the disconnect can be with not just the adult, but also with the child.
I agree with that. And so this question is for you guys both. What does meaningful youth engagement look like to you? Not just keeping kids busy, but actually involved and heard. So I'm going to start with you. I want to hear your answer first. What does meaningful youth engagement look like to you?
It looked like a group, wait, can you state
Restate it. What does positive in youth engagement look like to you?
just a bunch of kids coming together that don't know each other and getting to know people, get to know each other instead of wanting to kill each other and want to kill each other and not have friends and always want to do the negative stuff instead of positive stuff and have good friends and stuff.
Okay.
At our school, we have a few young men that come to our school on a regular every day, and they come from Build.
Okay.
Okay. And I feel like that's like a positive interaction with the students, because they come not just to run programs, but they come to sit with the students. I watch them sitting at the table playing games with the students, and that's their way of getting to know the students and allowing the students to get to know them, so that they'll know that I'm somebody you can come and talk to.
Yeah.
They not just being working for Bill. They almost like a parent in the school, someone when you go to fill-in. Because I remember when my grandson was at the grammar school with me, I always had somebody, a male figure, that I would tell him, if you feeling some kind of way, go and talk to him. Or if I saw my grandson going through something, I always had somebody that I could say, can you go and pull him to the side and talk to him? And I feel like that's like a positive role that, all children need, you know. they need that positive role, somebody that they feel like they can talk to, somebody that's always around instead of every blue moon. You always around, so you somebody I can reach out and touch. You know.
And I definitely appreciate them type of people in schools that because I had somebody like that in school, Miss Anita Davis. I appreciate them people in schools that real life take the extra mile. They don't just want to deal with you during school. They want to, because when I was in grammar school, I had a teacher that literally, I had her number. She used to take me everywhere with her. We used to go on dates. We used to, like, anything she felt like I needed to be able to express myself and being able to be comfortable. Like she said, as far as the men coming to the schools and actually sitting at the table playing games with the kids. The kids they just don't want you to come there and be like, I'm here and I'm here to help you. No, I want you to show me that you're here to help me. I want you to be here and actually sit here and play a game with me. Sit here and have talk that ain't even talking about nothing serious. Let's talk about normal stuff versus it always being about negative or being about the problem. Let's talk about positive things. So I feel like we definitely need more of that type of energy in general, not even just in schools, in general.
In general. And you know, just speaking, when you spoke about Miss Davis, you made me think about, we have a teacher at the school, Miss Williams. I don't know Miss Williams' first name, but she's a teacher. And when I first came to the school and I met her, one of the things I noticed about Miss Williams is she loved the students. And the students love her. I was praying that each one of my children, my grandchildren, would have the opportunity to be in her classroom just to get that love. Because when those kids come into school and they see her, the ones that she had prior or the ones that she have now, she treat all those children like they're her children. They're not just students to her. They want to hug her. She want to hug them. But I mean, that's how Miss Williams is. And every time I see her, the kids want to hug. I want to hug too, you know, because you make the kids feel special, and I want to feel special too. But she's a teacher like Miss Davis was. You know, she loved her students. She loved them.
Okay, y'all, we getting down to the nitty gritty and we getting down to the last couple of minutes. This show has been amazing. We have to get you back on here because we thought he was going to be a little nervous, but he actually doing pretty good. And I actually enjoy being able to hear a young person's voice versus it being two adults up here. I'm still kind of young, but I feel like I'm getting on that age where I'm starting to not know what's going on with the young people. So to understand and hear somebody at a younger age talk about what they feel, I feel like that's the most important thing. So I feel like we got to get more youth on the show so we can know what's going on with the youth versus us speaking about it, because I'm getting a lot older, y'all. So the next question I have for you guys, okay, we're going to get down to the last ones. If you could give one piece of advice to families, if you could give one piece of advice to young people who feel overwhelmed or disconnected right now, what would it be? Whatever come to your heart. If you could say something to a young person that's watching this and feel encouraged by you, what would you say?
Probably just don't never give up and don't never feel too bad to say stuff and come out and just talk versus people that have stuff and don't like to talk and come out and give what they want to say out their chest and just probably
You liked that question, huh? He liked that much. He just kept going. I love it. What about you?
That's what, when you said that, that's what I was thinking. Don't give up. Just know that you're loved. You're loved. Even if you don't feel it, you're loved. And just don't give up. Keep fighting that fight.
Okay.
Keep fighting that fight. Don't give up.
Do I have another? I'm going to give one more question. Also, just for everybody, once again, that's what I was supposed to say. For anybody looking for any type of community service hours, whether it's community service for school, community service for the SNAP program, community service just for any type of community involvement, you can reach out to us at Fathers Who Care at 773-287-5821. Again, that number is 773-287-5821, and you can ask to speak to me, Miss Vernisha, or you can ask to speak to Miss Princess in regards to any type of, if you want to come out and do any type of community service or any type of, volunteer work or anything with us. Please contact us. We are looking for any type of additional help. So the last question I have, what does a united community look like to you?
United community. that I feel like that's a community where everyone, all these different organizations come together and they work together to make a difference in the community.
Okay.
They work together. That's what united means to me. Everybody coming together to help. To help others and help each other. Whatever you got to do to make things happen for the different families and whatnot. And I think it would make a big difference if people saw the different people coming together with all the different resources that people have. If they just brought it all together, I think it would make a big difference.
Well, that's the end.
Even
I just
though-
want to.
I feel like even though I don't know about it, I feel like other organizations like Foster Care and stuff should like how we go out and like talk to other organizations should come out to build a good relationship. So like if we like ever like when it's times we could just ask other organizations to like
okay.
help and stuff. Get like homeless people and stuff like food off and so they can
Come together.
Come together. So he want us to start coming together. He want the organizations to come together, and he wanted to not be everybody separately. If we all in the same community and we all doing the same work, why not come together and do the work together? So with that being said, I really want to thank you guys for being a guest on the show tonight, and I want to thank everyone for watching and continuing to watch and continuing to support us. And like I mentioned before, if anybody is in need of any information, resources, or if you want to volunteer for anything that we be having coming up, please contact us at 773-287-5821. Again, that number is 773-287-5821. And I want to thank you guys and have a safe and warm weekend. And bye.